I'm going to start a new one. Okay, so give us a thumbs
Okay.
up again.
Hey, how about I go back inside so the Wi-Fi's good?
Great. Yeah, go on in.
Okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
whatever works for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, here we go. And I'll get a new piece of gum so the viewers don't smell my breath.
So what state are you in right now?
I'm in Oklahoma, in the States.
Okay, cool.
It's
Like,
in the States. I'm not saying like you don't know where the States are, but a lot of people on here that I met. So this is my 6th day on here, and I'm just spreading love, and it takes like 50 videos to get to one person with a good conversation. And I'm not judging. I'm analyzing myself. So this is for me, not anyone else. So
what have you
so
discovered? Yeah.
what I have discovered, that's a strong question. So can I flip it? Can I flip the coin real quick and say what have you discovered?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah. Um. God.
Because I know how you said that you're used to listening, but I'm used to listening as well.
Yeah. Let's share it a little bit. Let's. Yeah. I totally feel you. I've learned how much I just don't know about people. Um. I learned that I get angry. I get angry a lot with how people. Um. Just how people like can come on here and just spew hatred, and I think it's because they obviously they have toxic things of themselves that they need to release, and they don't know where to do it, and this is just an easy spot. And but I'm surprised at how mad I get at random strangers. you know
And you want to know something I can relate, and I'm not cutting you off. I'm just putting in my input on
Absolutely.
relating to you. So last night, um, because I'm still finding myself, I'm still discovering. Um, so I'm sober. I'm off alcohol. I'm off of narcotics. So I'm still trying to find myself, and I'm new to it. January 25th, I was just released. So this site, this is my 6th day. No, this is the 7th day. So 1 week I've been on here.
Hmm.
I don't do social media. I'm not good with technology, but I'm very intelligent. I can do anything that anybody does, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm just on here to meet people and to be myself. And so, what I'm trying to get to on the relations on what we were just talking about
Oh.
is I was on a video and it was two younger people. And, this is how I open up. This is how I sit, waiting on the next video. And they said, look at your freaking, but they said the F word, goatee. You're fat. You're a wannabe gangster. You got tattoos like you want to be a gangster. Literally, my tattoos are how I express myself. My goatee is because that's how I want it. My flat bill hat that is from Dollar General that costs $3 because I can't afford something that is expensive. I bought this because it's what I could afford at the time. It's me, and it freaking kills me. Like literally, so many emotions, and I let two strangers tear me down so bad, and they were little kids. But it doesn't matter age, man. Words hurt.
Yes.
It can come from a 2-year old, it can come from a 7-year old, it can come from a 15-year old, it can come from whatever. And them calling me fat and you know, literally said all of the things that I'm concerned about in my life. And it boils down to hate. I've had a lot of hate in my heart, but at the same time, I'm one of the most genuine and caring people there is. The hate that I've had in my heart for people is because I didn't get my way. I didn't have hate in my heart because of race. I didn't have hate in my heart because they were fat. I didn't have hate in my heart because they were black. I had hate in my heart because they didn't give me what I wanted. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
So I've been bullied my entire life. Okay, so I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. I have tattoos. I a lot of people say I have a mean face. That's me.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not what I'm going
yeah,
for.
yeah.
It's not like I'm just like no. I am a Caucasian male that has tattoos and I have a goatee because if I don't have this, I don't get ladies or men
Yeah, yeah.
because I look like a
I
baby.
totally feel you. I totally get you, man. Yes,
So
that is the story with
it's
me too, man.
it's me.
Mm.
So I've been on here and this is the seventh day. I thought it was the sixth. 7 days in a row. So I was just released. I was incarcerated. I've never been in trouble with the law before, but I was incarcerated and I was falsely convicted and I was found innocent and dismissed with no cause. So I'm not a convicted felon. I don't have charges, nothing. January 25th. So I'm still new to this. I'm 26 years old and I'm trying to find a job. I'm living in my childhood home. My parents gave me a shot to help me. Um, I'm homosexual. It's it's new. Everything is new because I covered up with drugs and alcohol. I wasn't able to express myself.
Wow.
So this is all new. So I found this site, and this site was from when I was in high school and I was being an asshole, just like the people that judged me.
Mm-hmm.
I was those same people. I was on here trying to be cool, saying F you, B, or see you later, or see you next Tuesday, you fat at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Did
mean,
the
and
same thing.
you can use whatever language you'd like to on here as well. Like that's you just use whatever language. That's fine.
Well, it's,
But I
dude,
can.
it's been such a trip today. Like, it's been a trip for the past 7 days, So
What? Why? Like what have you? I guess I'll get back to that question. Like, what do you think you've?
relating with people.
Yeah.
And it's been so hard. So, in the judgmental things that I get, like, just, it's crazy.
Dude, I can imagine that like being where you are and maybe in some of the circumstances that you've been in, coming out as gay in those contexts has been pretty difficult. Is
And it's not even fully out.
what has that been like?
And I'm 26, and I'm 26 years old. So my father doesn't know, my aunts and uncles don't know, my grandmother doesn't know. This is all new. And I was literally on a conversation with my mom. Man, I could get so deep right now. But my life is starting, and it's never even started. But it is now, and I'm happy.
For those people who are younger, and maybe in places that you have been in before, like
Oh my God.
what do
That's a
you
strong question.
what do you yeah what do you have to say to them, or what are some things that you wish you had known earlier, maybe that could have helped if it could even.
Talk to somebody. Don't bottle up. Talk to somebody. Don't fester. I used to call myself the Fester King. Don't speak. Talk. Don't just listen. Voice. And that's as simple as I can get without, taking up 9 hours of time.
Yeah.
Just just voice your opinion, voice who you are, say who you are. And a lot of people say, oh, that's cliche. That I came up with this thing. It's called cliche is okay. Cliche is okay. And that means a lot to me. So for people to say and they make it to the point, like, say I can be like, oh, what's your name though? What's
I'm
your name so I
Kenny. I'm
can call you
Kenny.
by name?
Yeah.
Okay, Kenny. My name's Austin.
Hey,
So I'm gonna be
Austin.
like, Kenny, that is so cliche. And you're like, oh, I don't want to say that because you know what? Cliche is okay. Cliche is okay. And I learned that expression, and I found that expression within these 7 days of being on here, because I kept catching myself saying, Kenny, I know this is going to sound cliche. I know. And literally, I told myself, Austin, cliche is okay.
Yeah, I mean it's beautiful because
I
what that
mean,
I mean
seriously.
it's so deep, it's so simple, but it's also so deep because what that means is that you are okay. You
Yeah,
and whatever you like and whatever you
you're
are.
okay. Cliche to me, and I don't even know like the technical term, but cliche to me and what society says is, oh, quit being cliche, quit being like everybody else. And that's not what it means. It's hard to even explain, but, and literally, this was last night when I came up with this expression. And it's not I came up with it, I'm sure someone else has said it, but I was analyzing myself, and that's what Omegle has been doing. Is it's been, so I'm basically that, I'm trying to make it sound better, but like social engineer. So I'm always figuring out people. I'm always trying to help people. I'm always trying to, but I never compare myself. I never work on myself. I work on everybody else. So literally the 7 days on here, I have been analyzing myself and comparing myself to other people without them even knowing. So I came up with that expression, cliche is okay. And it it's that means a lot to me. Like, I'm probably gonna tattoo it on me.
Could you yeah, could you talk about your process of getting to this point? Like drinking, you said that you're clean, but that means before that you were drinking and on drugs, I think you were saying.
Yeah, alcohol and drugs my entire life since I was 14.
How did you get involved with that and what was that experience like?
And okay, and here it goes. As cliche as this sounds, I love getting high and I love getting drunk. So be it. I wasn't trying to cover up anything. I wasn't. I love the feelings that drugs and alcohol give me. But to the point where I am, the second that I'm in this universe right now, I want to feel that high and that drunk from being myself.
Ah,
I want to feel high. I want to feel drunk. I want to feel fucked up. It. I am so ready to use the gift that I was born with positively, because the gift that I was born with, I've used it negatively my entire life. I know the gift that I was born with, and I know that it was given to me by the higher power that I believe in. And I'm ready for people to recognize it positively. Not just from them people, but for myself as well. Like,
that's huge.
it's time. And literally, the conversation I had with my mom, I told her, I said, Mom, I haven't had a civil conversation with you ever. I have always called you and said, Hey, I ran out of gas. Hey, can you give me rent money? Hey, can you give me this? Can you do this, dude? Literally, I was on the phone with my mom for 42 minutes, like an hour or 2 hours ago. And it was about nothing but positive and progressive and great things. It was awesome.
Do you think that
I'm on a life journey.
uh, Well, and you know what? Like,
Literally, like
what's beautiful is
it's
that
happening.
you're acknowledging it and you're aware of it, and you know that it's almost like it's seeing the light. It's seeing the light, and then like the journey is learning. I guess I feel like,
Man.
I feel like the journey is learning how to consistently be aware of the light that is your life and that is you all the time. That's the journey, is to continually try to be aware of that, right?
How to accept it.
How to accept it.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly what you said.
Do you did you
100%.
could could I ask, like, when you were 14, when you started getting into drugs and started getting into alcohol, what do
Yeah.
you was it because of a lack of like,
Situational.
mm, like
Situational.
people you were hanging out
Wanting to
with?
be cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wanting to be cool. I wasn't trying to feel anything because I didn't know who I was. I wasn't trying to fill a void. I wasn't trying to make something better. I was trying to be cool. I was trying to fit in. I still, to this day, I'm 26 and I don't fit in. But guess what? I do fit in. I'm going to fit in. I will fit in. But it's not for anybody else.
Yeah.
It's for
That's
me to complete my own puzzle. I'm completing my own puzzle. And it's for my satisfaction.
and this is the
It's not for acceptance. It's not for anything. I want to achieve and I want to be successful for myself. So I have a 1,000-piece puzzle. I'm going to fit in. I'm going to make the puzzle fit for me, no one else.
and this is the thing too, Austin, that
Yeah.
the larger society, like how everything is set up today, all the social norms, it's all so fucked up. And the reason it's so fucked up is because people always feel like they have to abide by these superficial,
Rules
stupid rules of fitting in.
and time. Yep.
And you know what? The way to break that cycle, the way to dismantle the master's house, is not with
To
the
be
master's
yourself.
tools. It's not with the master's tools of fitting in and complying, but it's about allowing ourselves to be who we are unabashedly and
Adapt.
unapologetically, exactly, and to just be ourselves wholeheartedly, you know?
Yep.
It's hard. It's
Yep.
hard. I'm not saying, it
Oh
sounds
yeah.
so easy. It sounds so simple in theory, but like to put your skin in the fucking game and to do it is every day.
It's it's okay, so I'll be quiet. Hold on. Just let me get some Dr. Pepper. That's my new addiction.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Not too bad of
Literally.
an addiction. Yeah.
Yeah. I drink it like no other. But I'm trying to be respectful to my father.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm staying right now.
Are you staying
Yeah.
with him for a little bit?
I'm staying, and that's crazy you just asked me that. This all happens for a reason. So, being 26 and having $30 in your bank account and having a car that's about to break down and having all these stresses, dude, so what? So my entire life, whenever I would get down and whenever I would be strung out or drunk, or I would feel like a piece of shit asking my dad, "Can I live with you?" Being 20, that's what society does.
Shames you for, yeah.
You can't be 26 and live with your father. You know what? Fuck you. Because the past two I've lived here, I've woken up and felt the best that I ever have. The best that I ever fucking have. and I have been on a life trip. I'm in my childhood home that I missed out on because I chose drugs and alcohol and I was gone. I get to sleep in the same room that I was in whenever I discovered drugs and alcohol. I get to see my father when I wake up. I get to have a home. I get to feel emotions that I have never felt. I'm basically being a little kid again, but it's not to the fact of being a little kid or being a low life. And that's what society does. You can be 26 and live at your father's house and have $30 in your bank account and be happy. Because I know when I wake up, I didn't do anything wrong the night
Hmm.
before.
Hmm.
I didn't steal from my dad. I didn't um, be
Hurt anyone.
ungrateful.
Hmm.
I'm not a burden. I get to wake up and be free and be myself. I get to wake up and be me. And so what? I'm 26. So what? I don't have much money. So what? My car is crappy. You know what? This is the best time that I've ever felt. And it keeps getting better. And only time will tell, but literally, I hate the word time. And I explain this like when someone says, "What do you mean you hate the word time?" I'm like, who the fuck is to tell me that I can't eat a steak at 2 a.m.? Who's who's to tell me that I have to eat cereal and eggs and grits at 7 a.m.? No, fuck no, hell no. Who's to say right now it's 11 in at night? Who is to say that I can't make a quesadilla or make a hot dog and feel guilty about it because it's late? It's past 8 o'clock. Fuck time. Fuck time. It's about the moment, bro. And the moment basically says and refers to time. Um, dude, if I could have any wish, I would take the clock away. I would take the clock away. I would take the clock away, and I would live in a time and a place, night and day. That's it. Night and day. Night means it's dark. Day means it's bright. I'm done with time.
I'm sending you some book recommendations. I don't know if you like to read, but these things could be really, really good for you.
Love to read.
Yeah, by Eckhart Tolle. These things are very. These are spiritual books about the present moment and ego, and a New Earth by
Write that
Eckhart.
down.
Yeah, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about like what I'm hearing from you is like the idea of time, right? And the idea that like the norms of what you have to do at certain times in the day. And these are all constructed by labels, right? These are all constructed
Yes,
like
society.
yeah, exactly. And so
E-
what that is Eckhart Tolle says is it's just us abiding and defining ourselves by labels, by names of things, by naming ourselves low lifes, by naming ourselves fat, by naming ourselves drug addicts.
Skinny.
Yeah, exactly. And what he says is that we
Oh
we need to
man.
just completely we need to let go of all of that. We need to let go of
Labels.
exactly. We have to let go.
Black, right, white, right, wrong,
Yes.
uh, Caucasian, Native American, and I cannot. I am so intrigued by. I'm gonna Amazon this book. Well, I'll have to ask my mom to help me. How much is that book
Oh,
actually?
it's not much. A New Earth isn't much. It's probably $15, maybe at most.
Okay. How long is it? How long is
Uh,
the read?
Here, let me grab it for you. So I'm kind of a slow reader, and this is the book here.
Same I.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's going to be great.
yeah. And so it's 300 pages.
That's about the that's about me because so I have a short what do they say?
Attention span.
Attention span. So reading comprehension is bad for me. Even if I'm intrigued by it, it can be the thing that my mind totally loves, and I forget it. Because my mind is always racing.
Mm-hmm.
Social engineer. So, have you ever heard of the author Robert Greene?
No, Robert Greene. I'm gonna type
He
that in.
deals with the brain. Greene.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know a.
he has
Oh, okay.
he
Go.
has a book called The 48 Laws of Power,
Mm.
The Art of Seduction. Um, so basically, my entire life, I've used manipulation for negative things, for negative reasons, trying to get what I want. So I've never realized until I started reading Robert Greene, you can use that gift, and that is my gift that I told you about earlier, positively, and it's with the brain, how the brain works. So Robert Greene's all about that. So the art of seduction is how to get your dream woman, and he considers and compares you to tools. We all have a tool in this world. Okay, so say we needed to get all these leaves out of our yard.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be the trash bag, I could be the rake. Um, John over there could be the
Maybe the
you get what I'm
yeah
the
the
blower, the leaf
exactly the
blower.
leaf blower. That's what I was thinking
Okay,
too. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. So Robert Greene, his book on the art of seduction is how to get and talk to the woman that you want to get stuff out of it. All manipulation. Robert Greene is all about manipulation
Hmm.
and how the brain works, but he also uses it positively and negatively, but it's up to our brain to determine which ones he's using. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it
It's a
does.
trip, bro.
It does. Yeah.
Robert Greene is a freaking trip.
It,
So that was the last book that I got in prison, and I got released the day after I got that book. I went to the beanhole, which is in the pod. They dropped the little door. So they told me my name, Austin so and so. You got a book. So I left my cell. They popped my door, got my book, laid it down, just, because his books are basically textbooks. They're not books like that, like they're textbooks. They're books that you have to study. It's a textbook. It's something that takes up time. So I got this huge book. I just scrolled through it. Read about the rake, just put it away. The next day, I went to court. Just talking to the judge in its video court because it was during COVID, and went back, got released. So I left that book there, ripped my name out of it, left
hmm.
that book there. So I never read it.
Hmm.
But in America, in the States, the 48 Laws of Power book by Robert Greene, a lot of prisons and jails don't allow it. It's contraband because
Really?
of the mind. Because of the mind.
Because of the
You understand?
interpretations. Yeah, the
Yeah.
interpretations that inmates use from it. They use it
It's,
for
yeah,
Sith
business.
purposes instead of
Business,
yeah, to yeah.
business. They can become powerful. So
Isn't that crazy?
it's crazy, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
you can use even a negative thing you can use positively. It's like what people say, like there's always a good and the bad. There is. If I break my arm, and this is me coming up with it right now, I'm actually trying to test myself on what positive I can get from breaking my arm. Possibly, maybe I could meet somebody, I guess. Maybe if I went to physical therapy after I got my cast off, I could meet someone. So there's a positive.
Yeah, right
I
there.
was just I was testing
Exactly.
my own brain just now. So you
Yeah.
get what I mean,
Yeah,
Lo?
absolutely. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. The
people in society always say there's a good and bad, and you're like, so if my grandma dies of cancer, what the fuck is good about that? But it's simple as this. Maybe I go to a support group for people that their grandparents passed away and they're going through a tough time, and you meet someone. So simple as that.
hmm.
So
Yeah, this
that was for me. That wasn't even for you or me voicing that. That
well, I
I
think
was,
well what was great about it was you processing, but it was also giving us a lesson too on
yeah.
how to interpret and to frame things in a silver linings kind of a way. And it's true. I feel like life is either hell or heaven, and it's up to us to create that, to manifest that. You know, not only through thought but through actions that are aligned with our ideal way of thinking. You know.
It's the atmosphere. So my religion, which I've had a religion my entire life, but I've never had a relationship. I've had a religion. I've labeled again myself as a Christian, but I've never had a relationship, a hunger, a
Mm,
thirst for that.
mm.
I always would just sit back and someone say, "Do you believe in God?" Yeah, because I was always trying to be and trying to fit in.
Yes.
So, but really, I do believe in what I believe in, but, and there's a but. So I've been filling my head since I've been out. Instead of all this useless stuff, I've been YouTubing quantum mechanics. I've been YouTubing positive things, the atmosphere, science. So science has been questioning and making me question my faith, which that all comes down to faith. You know, faith is you stand up for what you believe in, but it also makes me stronger and makes me fight even harder for what I believe in by listening and understanding the things that are making me question what I believe in.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So you can take it two ways. You can start believing in science and questioning your faith in Christianity because science and Christianity doesn't line up. But there's 1,000 ways I can go about it. But at the same time, I can be grateful for what I'm learning and for what it is doing for me.
Yes.
Because it's not only filling my head with knowledge on understanding and getting to know other people's opinions, but it's getting me to the point of strengthening my ability and my fight for what I believe in. And there's nothing better than being able to relate with somebody to the point of saying, I believe in this, but I understand what you believe in.
That's empathy.
Empathy. There's empathy and there's sympathy. But
Si-
there's no better feeling than relating with somebody, even though it's not what you believe in, but you have it in your heart that you understand and are willing to give the time of day to listen and to understand somebody else. Because in my religion, in my relationship with my higher power, I'm not the judge. So being a judge is somebody without ears. I'm just here to lay it down. I'm here to say you are this, you did this, you I'm not a judge, but I have ears and I'll listen to you. And maybe we can sit down and compare notes.
Hmm.
And that can spice up a conversation. That can, dude, I have been on a life freaking trip and so much knowledge is coming to my head. So another thing is, so a lot of people find me for sins of my past. You know, I burned a lot of bridges. I did people wrong. I stole. I begged. I whatever. But here lately, my brain has been coming out to the point of what I'm here for. I didn't realize how intelligent I am. I knew I was, but I never used it.
Hmm.
And it's, oh man.
Well, can I ask you, like, in what way are you intelligent? Because there are a lot of ways that a person can be smart, right? They can know math. They can be. I mean, there's so many different ways you can be intelligent. Like, where is yours?
Analyzing and relating to who we are, to how
Human
our brain
nature.
works,
Yeah.
human nature. That's another book by Robert Greene. It's called Human Nature.
Interesting. Human nature.
So um,
I will like this guy.
he's pretty rad. So it comes down to here's two terms that I've understood: book smart, life smart. I'm life smart, not book smart. But I'm not book smart because I haven't studied books. I haven't went to college. But something that I learned a few days ago was, you know, the CEO of Tesla, Elon
Mm-hmm.
Musk. So he has a thing he was talking about. Someone asked him, and this is crazy. I was looking up the term for knowledge. I was looking at what the definition of knowledge was, and it was just, I just was bored. Because I told you I was wanting to fill my brain with important stuff,
Uh,
not watching
what is it? Is
Danny
it?
Duncan vlogs
Is
and
it epistem?
like,
Epistem, right? Is that what it's?
hold on,
Oh.
hold on. No, I'm not being rude, but
Oh. Okay. No. No. No.
so, okay, so, well, I'm saying this because I didn't get to the definition of knowledge
Mm.
because the video of Elon Musk came up.
Oh.
So someone asked him, you know, do you have to go to college to be smart? And this is how simple it was. He goes, knowledge is free. You don't have to pay to learn. If I'm a scientist, that was quote unquote, but this isn't right now. But literally, if I'm a scientist, right, and say you're my brother-in-law, I'm like, hey, brother-in-law, do you want to learn something today? I will charge you nothing. You're going to learn. Knowledge is free. So he said, you go to college to fit in. You go to college to learn how to do your chores.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, you don't have to pay to learn. So all of this boils down to labels, society, money. Dude, I can become so smart for free if I
Yep.
wanted to be labeled as someone smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh. If you're chasing that label.
Not
Mm-hmm.
not my priority or
Mm-hmm.
prerogative. I am going to be smart because I'm going to learn and be interested in the things that I love.
Yeah.
So, if
This.
all of this boils down to you take all this that I've said, all this that you've said, all this that we've compared notes, literally, I could keep going for hours. I've been on a live trip, bro, and I'm not even this confident. Like, say I met you in person and you wanted to have a conversation, none of this would happen. None of it. None of it. Because I have so many worries on it gets so much deeper than this. I have so much to say, so much to hear, so much to learn. And I'm ready. And it is new to me. It is new to me. And it is so humbling. I am so I feel more high and drunk now, sober, sober than I ever did.
uh,
But I'm not here to analyze it. I'm not here to figure it out. Only time, and I will always put quotations when I say time because I hate it.
yeah, you want to be aware of it. Oh, you want to like try to.
I'm going to feed it. I'm feeding this. I am hungry. I am hungry. I
So
am
I have to.
freaking
I just want. I
hungry.
want to know like what is the thing? What are the things that you really love to do? If you had a free day, you had $1 million, you were getting paid. Let's say, what's your dream job? Like you get $150,000 a year from doing this thing. What is your dream job?
Working with this disabled elderly people.
That's amazing. That is
I
amazing, Augustine.
love older people. I have a big heart for. Okay, so I'm diagnosed bipolar, schizophrenic, and paranoid. So I notice I can relate those things to elderly people that have Alzheimer's and dementia because they see, they hear delusional things. They're not all there. Same thing with me. I'm on medicine for paranoid schizophrenia and bipolar. I relate so much to delusional thoughts. And see, hear me out.
Oh,
Because my great grandpa right now, his name's Park. He's 91, I think, not maybe a little less than that. Everything that I went through whenever I was on methamphetamine, because I was high, I was up for 2 weeks. I seen stuff, I heard stuff. He's going through sober because of Alzheimer's and dementia. So I can relate to what he goes through. So I want to use what I went through to help people because whenever I would show up at my dad's house and say, "Dad, people are chasing me. They're after me." No one was chasing me. No one was after me, bro. It was all delusional thoughts because I had been up for 2 weeks. No one can relate to that. They think you're crazy. They think you're psycho. They will call the cops on you. So really, the money isn't what I want. It's the fact of I want to help people that I can relate to. Just like if I could be a drug and alcohol counselor, I would. But literally, the elderly and dementia and Alzheimer's is what I want to help.
this is this
A
this
1,000%.
this is the thing that drives me nuts. Is the idea of going throughout all society and labeling people who have these predispositions in their mind
Mental
and their brain as
illnesses.
mental illness, as an illness, as an
Mm-hmm.
illness. That
Yeah.
that like why
Like you were
can
born with it.
yeah, or you have at least a predisposition in your brain, to have a chemical thing
Yep.
that's going on, and that's an illness. Like
A chemical imbalance.
that is, I think that we need to shift
It's outrageous.
we have to shift the thinking and say how can we use people who have these predispositions in their mind to relate,
To
to
help others.
interconnect, exactly, to connect to others like you're talking about.
Yep.
That's exactly
That's not
what
what
we
we're
need to be
worried about.
doing. I know.
Society's worried about money. We can't make money without people being like that. We make money off of people living through what they were born with. So all of these mental illnesses, the label mental illness, they say you get it because of situations. It's situational. It's hereditary.
It's a
So it all
combination, I
boils
think.
down to we don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We don't fucking know.
We don't know.
It goes, I'm not the judge. I didn't make you, but I can and possibly look into your brain and see what maybe triggered it.
Yeah, right.
But I can't fucking tell you when or how you fucking got it. To the point of this, have you ever heard that people say drug addiction is hereditary? You're born with it.
I've heard that, and
Okay, so who are you to say, not you personally,
right,
but
right.
who are you to say that I
Society.
wasn't born with Alzheimer's? Who are you to say I wasn't born with homosexuality? Who are you to say I wasn't born with all these mental illnesses, but they just didn't show up? But do you know mental illness is progressive? It can get worse. It can get better. It can get it's, nobody fucking knows, dude.
And
But
yeah,
we can help it. But guess what? Society, we don't help mental illness. I want to work with mental illness. I want to be around those weirdos that are fucking bug-eyed
weirdos.
and
Yep.
cracked out on their fucking schizophrenia medicine, and they're in mental asylums, and they're fucking just tripping out. And you know why? Because I can relate, and I know it can be better for them. I know there's better ways. I know there's better medicine. I know there's better alternatives to let them live happy. But you know what? We make money off of the fucking weirdos. We make money off of the drug addicts. We make money off the alcoholics. We make money off of the depressed. We make money off of the anxiety filled people. We make money off of the homosexuals. We make money off of transsexuals. We make money off, you know why? Because there's medicine, there's surgeries, there's psychotherapy, there's all this shit. And what does that cause? What does that cost? Money.
This.
No one's working with the brain for free.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And I think it starts with the labeling.
And
Once again, it starts with the labeling. You could literally start changing
it's
the
labels,
culture.
dude.
If you start changing the culture from mentally ill, like instead of punching people down with things that they have, punch them
Yeah.
up, lift them up, lift them up. Don't punch them
It's never
down.
going to happen.
And the way well, let's not
It
let's
never will
I mean,
happen.
it will, it could, it can happen. It can happen, because if we say it can't happen, then why even
It
try,
won't.
But
Yeah. I got down
yeah,
after saying all those things and
well, it's understand
feeling a
because
vibe. You know, you know,
it's a gigantic,
I'm
huge mountain.
analyzing myself right now. Like I got down and was like, what am I fighting for? But you lifting me up just now, just like we were just talking about. Why don't you lift people up? What you just did is what you were just preaching, and that is what society needs to do. Live by what you believe in.
Yeah, that's it.
So
That's
simple
it.
as that. You
That's it.
lifted me back up. I got mad. I got down, and like, why am I even fuck?
Well,
No,
it's
it's going to
understandable.
be
It's
different.
understandable. It's understandable why we get mad and why we get angry. But what? How can we use that anger towards good instead of going out and lashing out and hurting and being violent? Like, use your
Okay.
anger for love. Use your anger for love,
Can
right?
I tell you what I can relate on to
Yeah.
that? What you
Go.
just said?
Go for it.
I put a lot of effort into getting my next fix. I put a lot of effort into asking people for money, manipulating people, stealing, pawning stuff, going to the pawn shop. I put a lot of effort. If I were to put a percentage of that effort into being positive, it would be amazing. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Austin, you are a beautiful man. I am so lucky. I am so lucky and grateful for you and for your words and your thoughts and your passion for this
I'm
stuff. It
I'm
like,
grateful to meet you for you to listen
and you know what? I am so fucking excited to
because
post this
normally
video.
I'm the one that listens. So it's been amazing for someone to listen.
I just love, you know what, like not many not I'm angry. I have a righteous anger and
I can tell.
I feel that same anger
I
with you, and it's a gift, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And it's so funny because right now, like I'm turning. My wheels are turning with aggression, and it's not towards you. It's not
Right.
towards. It's not towards anything personally. It's towards. I want to help.
Yeah.
I want to fucking make a change. And the aggression that I feel right now, I know you do. And so I analyze people, but it's not analyze people to judge them. It's analyze because I figure out people to know if they are okay and if they are positive or negative for me. Okay, so
Mm.
in my religion, my God says you need to see the Christ in people. That means you need to see the good. Don't go straight to their negatives.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go to people's negatives to judge them. I go to people's negatives because I'm skeptical. There's a difference. But who am I to say that there's a difference? So I'm trying to see the good in everybody. And that's my new mission.
Oh, that's beautiful. Dude,
My entire new mission is to see the Christ in people. Because okay, so I deal with paranoid schizophrenia. That boils down to I always think people are out to get me, and not out to get me to kill me, not out to I don't see the good in people. I don't see the Christ in people. But this go around, I have been giving people the chance without them even knowing. It's in my head, it's in my heart to understand. I've always understood, but I've never really applied it to myself. And life's a trip. Pack your bags,
we're going to end it on that one.
literally.
We're going to end it on that one.
All right.
Thank you so much for this tonight. You're a gift, and your words
Been
are,
amazing, man.
and I'm gonna upload this video right now. I'm uploading it right now. So make sure
Where
to,
can I see it?
yeah. So here I sent it here. Building underscore bridges.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
man.
just type that into a platform somewhere? YouTube?
To YouTube. Yeah. So if you copy and paste that to YouTube.
Building bridges?
Building underscore. Make sure to
Okay.
keep that underscore.
All right. Yeah, and if I'm not worried about people judging me, but I hope people really do see the sincereness. I really do,
I don't think that
because that's all I want.
I don't think that there's any way that anyone would not see the sincerity and authenticity you have in this. And
I it's maybe something that I need to see myself. I want to watch myself,
I
because
can't.
that's literally what I'm working on
Well,
is myself.
this. Yeah, yeah, it will be a help for you. It'll be a help for all the people watching. Not that I have a gigantic audience,
Yeah.
but like for the people who do
No,
watch,
but still.
like, and in the next 20 years, we need leadership like you and like me and like others
Yes.
like us, to,
I'm glad that you just said you.
you know,
Like you weren't just saying you, like you weren't just being nice and saying we need leaders. I love and I feel so strongly to what you just said by saying we need leaders like you and we need leaders like me. And it's not to the fact of confidence or trying to be anybody. It's simplified to me. You acknowledge what you have and what you have to offer. And you acknowledged what I have and what I have to offer. And you compared them. You analyzed them. And you relate. That's what I'm doing.
dude, you got to write a book. You do. You should write. You should write some stuff. Yeah.
Man, and see, do you want to know something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So every time that I've tried to be myself, right? I've always thought that it was, and this was me worrying about other people. I've always thought that they would think it was fake because they've never seen me myself. So throughout my entire life, me trying to be myself, I've taken my ego and my pride
Yeah.
for granted to the point of thinking that they're thinking I'm being fake just to try to get over. It's been a trip. So this time, literally, and this has been since January 25th this year, I'm being myself and not worrying about those same worries that I've always had. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to be myself, not caring who the fuck thinks any different. No, I'm being genuine to the point of, oh, man, I'm not scared. I'm not scared anymore. I'm. It's time, and it. My brain's going 1,000 miles an hour right
That's
now,
okay.
in a good way.
Yeah,
In a good
that's
way.
great.
Yeah, it's like, speechless, but really not speechless. It's not enough words to express how I feel right now and how I feel
And there's no need to
on.
have to. There's no need to have to either. You know. Yeah. Ah,
Damn. Woosah.
magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Damn, bro.
I'm gonna upload
The
this.
message, the message has been sent, and the whole thing that I've noticed on here is whenever I've been spreading positivity on here, I've said what I needed to say, and it's time to go to the next. And it's not out of malicious behavior. It's not
Oh
out
no.
of being, but whenever it's said and you know it in your head, it's done. It's a good feeling. So,
Well, you'll be able to. We've captured it, so you'll be able to go back and check it out if you want.
bro, literally download that or whatever, put it on there because I literally want to watch myself talk. And that's not me being
I know. I know. You don't
no,
have to. I know what
yeah,
you. I know.
yeah,
I know.
mm,
I know. It's like helping to unveil your own blind
reflection,
spots. You know, like what?
just like reflection,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be me looking in the mirror.
Unedited. I love it.
Unedited. Literally. So it'll be on this channel.
Yeah. Building bridges. Building underscore bridges. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it in the atmosphere right now.
Yeah.
This conversation in this video is going to blow up. I feel it. It's what I've been asking for, and it's not for sums. It's not for anything like that. I want this message to be spread. And that's why I was really trying to not use curse words, but I think a lot of people will relate because I was being myself. So I'm really analyzing right now, what did I say? So that's why I'm so concerned on, I really want to see it. I oh man. Please post that really on
And
that channel.
absolutely, yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. And let me tell you
Okay.
too. Let me tell you too that I have had return guests. So if you ever want, to talk again, I would love to. I would love to have
Oh,
you
bro.
back. Yeah. And this is my
Yeah.
Gmail. So you are
Okay.
absolutely welcome to shoot me an email, and we can talk again.
I'm
You know.
copying it right now. So my email is going to be, and I never do this
Oh
because
well,
my
well,
email
well. Yeah.
is my full name. I'm not
Don't.
going to say it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm saying, please. I know you're and I don't. Never mind.
I'm
Don't
not.
even have to
Yeah.
say
I'm.
it.
Well, this is what.
Yeah, I don't even have to say it.
That's right. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
You don't need to say
So
it.
how soon will that be on there?
Probably. Well, this is about a 50-minute video, maybe an hour-long video. So it'll probably be up.
Did we really?
That was an hour. Crazy,
Only
right?
time will tell.
I think that takes a while to upload. So it may be around 4 a.m. my time. So 3 a.m. your time.
Okay. I'll be
So
I'll be watching.
okay, check it
Hey,
out,
I'm gonna
man.
email you right now, okay?
Perfect. All right, I'll talk to you again
Okay, bro.
soon.
Hey, I love you, man.
I love you. I'll see you, man.
Bye bye.
Bye.
YouTuber.
Great.
He YouTuber too.